Hi, it's Shorty, and today we are talking about those of you who have Venus in Aries. So make sure you take the time to calculate your Venus, and if it's in Aries, then this is for you. To have Venus in Aries is to have an admiration for earthquakes, an interest in infernos, a taste for tornadoes, and a respect for raging waters. You have no desire to live near nature at its most violent, but you can certainly empathize with its sheer energy. You too yearn to move the immovable, inflame the impervious, whip up an enormous storm, or make waves that no one can resist. To deny this is not just to suppress the fire in your soul, but to risk unconsciously aligning yourself with others who will set the cat amongst pigeons you dare not disturb. If there's ever tension in your world, it's usually got a power struggle at its heart. You were born to lead rampaging armies, conduct exciting campaigns, fight furious battles, and awaken a sleepy world. You have to find some way in this tame, restrained modern society to pit your wits against the elements or put yourself at the head of the same worthwhile, challenging enterprise. If you can't or won't, you'll find your excess energy gets absorbed, controlling the actions of some partner who both attracts you by daring to do what you half like to, or horrifies you by doing it clumsily or thoughtlessly. For as long as you feel you need to assert the kind of power over an individual that you ought more properly be asserting over an environment, any companion will be in danger of becoming an adversary. But when you've got your work wisely cut out, you're too busy fulfilling the universal calling to contemplate personal conflict, as none can resist the magnetic appeal of a Venus and Aries person plowing ahead in a direction that truly makes sense. This is all you have to do if you want to surround yourself with love. You and your creativity. Your greatest skills lie in starting things from scratch. Unlike some people whose talents lie in the refining or improving of an existing idea, you're best at conjuring up the new from the next to nothing. It's probably for this reason you're drawn to primary colors, clearly defined textures, or strong, striking tastes. Life's more subtle nuances certainly don't escape you, but as far as you're concerned, they're icing on the cake. First, the cake has to be baked. Others can have the joy of decorating it. They can even, if they wish, have the pleasure of beating the eggs. For you, the chief joy is in making a space in which the magic can happen. It's in hunting down the ingredients, ordering up the materials, and then setting the creative process into motion. Just put you in charge of setting the ball rolling, and you'll rapidly sketch out a brilliant blueprint after blueprint in which others can turn into reality at their leisure. You and romance. To have Venus in Aries is to be a powerhouse of passion. You've probably never spent a day wistfully yearning in your life. The only thing to do with a dream, as far as you're concerned, is get out there in the world and do whatever it takes to make it a reality. If others think your plan is too risky, you merely try all the harder to have the added joy of proving them wrong. You're competitive about all your conquests, romantic, creative, and financial. You need to perceive yourself as a winner, which is fine. But you're constantly comparing yourself to others and wondering why you haven't got what they've got, which is not quite so fine. Your most attractive quality is your nerve, no matter how timid you may appear on the surface. You're rarely too shy to speak your mind or make a bold proposition. You're spontaneous, strong, and charismatic, though rather too prone to do things in a haste that you regret at leisure. Your eyes may sometimes flash with fire, but generally they spark with a kind of infectious enthusiasm that can melt the iciest heart. People tend to admire your confidence and resent your arrogance. As you spend most of your life treading a thin line between the two, This makes for relationships that tend to be full of drama. You're one of those people who simply won't listen. Not only will you rush in where the angels fear to tread, you'll rush right back in there again, even after someone has gone to a lot of trouble to get you out of trouble. As a lover, you're adventurous, energetic, and deeply demonstrative, though your tendency to blow hot and cold can confuse those of a more stable disposition. The way you manifest your femininity. Female. The day you flutter your eyelids helplessly and pretend that only a big strong man can help solve your problem is the day the coyote captures the roadrunner. You're not a weak Wendy, a Lacy Tracy, or flimsy Flora, but a capable Caroline, a passionate Penelope, and an independent Eileen. You're strong, self-contained, and sensual, but you're a real woman, and not one of those packaged plastic Barbie dolls. Macho men don't impress you. You want someone who will treat you as an equal, respect your territory, and join you in a serious campaign to right the world's wrongs. If he's a little on the quiet side, that's fine, as long as there's plenty of personality below the surface. The upfront performance you can manage by yourself, if not all the better, without some noisy, insensitive male constantly mishandling the conversation ball. Your ideal woman. Your ideal woman has to be lively, powerful, and self-motivated. She must be quick on the uptake and quicker still on the trigger of a gun you envision her holding at the end of her leather-clad arm. A sort of Annie Oakley with the overtones of Mae West in her wit and refusal to let anyone get the better of her. You have a secret desire, if not to be dominated, certainly to be given a good run for your money. You don't want her to play hard to get. You want her to be hard to get. And ultimately, when you've run out of all possible ways to catch up with her, you want her to turn around and catch you. You're quite happy to play second fiddle to her first violin, but only if she's an absolute virtuoso. You rather not be quite secure with the wildest woman in the West than waited on hand and foot by some gorgeous geisha. You and your creativity. Your greatest skills lie in starting things from scratch. Unlike some people whose talents lie in refining or improving an existing idea. Oh, I guess that was it. That was it. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video about your sign in Venus. And I hope you all know that I love you.